Hello and welcome to another inspiring edition of NYSC Half Hour, where we celebrate the journeys, resilience, and impact of core members across the country. Today, we bring you two incredible stories of young Nigerians who turned their NYSC experience into a launchpad for success. But before we get into it, let's go on a quick break. We will be right back.
NYSC Tidbit, the headlines. Gowon hails managers for sustaining vision of NYSC. DG guarantees payment of 77,000 core allowance in March. The former head of state and founding father of the National Youth Service Corps, General Yakubu Gowon, GCFR, has commended the managers of the scheme for sustaining the vision that informed the establishment of NYSC. He said the NYSC was greeted with strong opposition from Nigerian students across the country at inception, had not only overcome the initial misgivings but had grown to become a nationally recognized and accepted tool for fostering national unity, integration, development, job creation and youth empowerment in Nigeria. General Gowon gave this commendation when the newly appointed Director General, Brigadier General Olakunle Oluseyi Nafiu, paid him a courtesy visit in his residence in Asokoro, Abuja. While congratulating Brigadier General Nafiu on his appointment, Gowon urged him to build on the legacies of his predecessors by propelling the NYSC to greater heights and also wished him well. The DG guarantees payment of 77,000 core members allowance in March. The Director General of National Youth Service Corps, Brigadier General Olakunle Oluseyi Nafiu, has said that all core members would be credited with their new monthly allowance of 77,000 naira with effect from March 2025. He said the scheme and the federal government are responsive to their welfare and would continue to ensure that their well-being is accorded maximum priority at all times. The Director General disclosed this while interacting with core members in Wuse and Gaki NYSC zonal offices of the Federal Capital Territory in Abuja. General Nafiu, who thanked the core members for their selfless service to the nation, advised them to remain calm, dedicated, focused, and disciplined.
Welcome back. Remember, you can always catch us on NYSC TV on free-to-air satellite and NYSC Radio 88.3 FM. Our first story is on Adekoya Wilson, an indigene of Kogi State and an ex-corps member who was deployed in 2016 to Taraba State for his service year. Wilson had no idea that the NYSC would unlock his dream. He had always wanted to learn leatherwork, but the opportunity never came until he stepped into camp and rediscovered the shoe and bag section of the NYSC SAID training. It's really an inspiring story. Let us meet him.
Hello viewers, I'm Adekoya Wilson, an ex-corps member from Kogi State. 2016, I was mobilized to come and serve in Taraba State. And in the camp there, we were introduced to SAID, which I participated. I have a factory, a shoe and a bag factory, which I would like people to come inside and see more of it. Actually, I have planned to learn this work, leather work, how to make shoes, but I never had the opportunity because I was very engaged on school then. But when I came to camp, we were introduced to SAID, which I grabbed the opportunity very well with all my strength. But to God be the glory, a few months after we were done with the orientation camp, I was posted to Gashaka local government in the 20 mechanized battalion then to serve, and which I was there. There was no place to proceed for post-camp training. I looked the only what you could see there is tailoring, fashion design. But to God be the glory, the CEO, then Lieutenant Colonel Abdullahi, it was the colonel then, so the Chief of Army Staff organized the empowerment program for the soldier's wife in the barrack. which they were doing. I think like after then I came there the last day of the training, which I met some of their trainers, and they put me through. That revived my vision and everything ever since then. And before I pass out, I think 3 months to my passing out, I started making sure I start selling the barrack. And I started making money from it. I could remember my last 3 alawi, I didn't touch it from this work that I learned, which all started from Camp Said. A week for me to pass out, I was instructed to make a palm and give to the CEO. So I made that palm and I presented to the commanding officer. He asked me a question and said, "Are you the one that made this man you bought it?" I said, "Sir, I made it." He said, "Do you learn this work before you came here?" I said, "Sir, I started from camp." I said, "Wow, this work does not look like somebody that learned work just within a short space." And he was surprised. Now asked me a question. I said, "What is your plan after NYC?" And I said, "Sir, I'm trusting God to pick the short service form because of the barrack experience. We're just familiar with it. And also, but as I'm waiting for the short service form, I want to start this business." Okay, that's okay. That is nice. That's okay. What and what do I need to start this business? And then my knowledge on this business was low. So I told them I need only a filing machine and sewing machine. And which by God's grace, I was surprised that the man gave me the money for the filing machine, the new filing machine, the new sewing machine. After passing out, Gashaka is about 3-hour journey from here. I came down to Jalingo here to settle down and start up something. I could remember when I said I don't have the money to open shop. After buying the machine and renting house, buying foam, I have nothing. So I was there at my home. I rented a house. The house was my shop where I was making my shoe, bring it outside, neighbor was buying, and then have a little to eat. I think I did like 3 months. Then idea came to me that I should go to Nysc camp and hustle, which I went to Nysc camp to hustle. I was there making my shoe when one of the staff met me and they asked me, I said, "I'm a ESCOM member." And he said, "Oh, okay, that is nice." And then he took me to the site coordinator then, and site coordinator said I should come and meet him after the camp. And like joke, he said I should get ready for the next camp. And by then, to be sincere with you people, I was always good at shoes and little bag. But by the grace of God, I have a friend, which is my wife now, who have a knowledge on bag. We went to camp together and we did very well, and the site coordinator was so happy with us. Since then, NYSC have used me to train core member. After passing out, I came down to settle down in Jalingo here, and then where I was staying, my wife, which is my wife now, was my opposite neighbor, which I never knew was a core member. So every time he passed, I thought he's a married woman. So until the day I met, I saw them, they were coming from CDS. I said, "Are you a core member?" I said, "Wow." So they were now seeing my product, attracted them to me. The way I'll make shoe, and they were now telling this one, say, I have knowledge. One of his roommates have knowledge on bag, which she was learning the work somewhere else. So later we became friends. From friend, after passing out, the friendship continued until when God said it's time. And then to God be the glory, we did our wedding in 2020 in Delta State. My wife is from Delta State, Orobo by tribe. And I want to thank God for NYC. I said, everything about me is NYC. And I give God the glory for NYC. I passed out 17 April. November, I started training core member. So ever since 2017 August, I opened this shop. So ever since then, I've trained a lot of Caribbeans and majority core members. Like there's no state in Nigeria that I don't have a core member that I've trained. If there should not be up to 3 or 4. Core members that come to serve, that learn work, that have gone back in Lagos, in Kwara, in Adama, in the most major, in the whole of East, in Delta, in Bayelsa, I have core members I've trained. So I have a lot of students, majority outside the state. And then Caribbeans, I think the Caribbeans I have trained so far, they are not much compared to the core member I've trained.
When I came to family house, the first thing that came into my mind was to go and learn Said. Though in camp, the Said I did was CCTV installation and Go TV installation. But when I came out, I have to enroll into leather works. Not that I did not see fashion design and other stuff, but I love doing something different from what other ladies are doing. Like the course I did science, physics actually. So when I saw that this leather work, that it will benefit me a lot more than all this fashion design and other stuffs, so I have to enroll into it. When I came here, the way the boss welcomed me, it was really wow. So I have to stay back, and since then, it has really been a turnaround for me because I've really learned a lot. Before, I don't know how to match machines, but now I can match machines. I can make my bags. I can make my shoes. Like the pumps I wear now, I don't go to market again to buy pumps. I make my pumps myself, and I make my sandals myself. And people love it.
Finding myself in NYC is not what I planned of. Coming to NYC, I see that if I should not have served, it would have been a great opportunity I have missed in life. Because coming to serve, it helps me a lot. I learn how to make things. I can make bags, I can make shoes. Some of my mates that we are serving together, at times when I collect my salary, I use the money to buy material and then make shoes for them. At the end, they will pay me when they collect allowance. And then I discover I don't touch my allowance anymore. I get from the game. The game I gain from the work I do for them. So I enjoy it. So at times I will sit down with my boss. I do tell him that NYC is the best thing. NYC have helped me a lot. It has changed me. I'm now a happy man because I'm serving.
I've been making a lot of palm shoes, sandals, bag, Ankara bags, and from there, having, in fact, out of my allowance, apart from my allowance, I can still make something from here.
I make palms for myself. The first palm I made, I posted it on my family group chat. See, look at the palms I make. They were like, shoemaker. Say it's not shoemaker, it's shoe designer. So they were like, okay, anyway you call it English. So my dad saw it, was like, I love this side. What I want did you need? So I said tailoring machine and filing machine. He was like, okay, I will buy you the filing machine. We have 2 machines at home. You can use that one for the sewing. I said, okay. So I put so much courage in learning this work.
The envelope bag, that's the dinner bag. I can also do it. School bag, I can do it. Then lunch bag, I can also do it. Then my Oga standing here, he's such a great man. He's such a great man. And he's very creative. I'm thanking God today because I'm partaker of his vision. I've been partaker of his vision as a core member. He saw it ahead. So we are now partaker of it. So I want to sincerely thank God. Even for the federal government, I want to thank God. Because it's through them, it's what brought him to Taraba, and we have become part of it.
From camp, there's something I learned in camp that I started making money from camp as a serving corps member. A bangle, they used to customize name on it. I can remember the last 3 days in camp, I started making money from camp, so I say, wow, NY is a blessing to me. I don't know to others, but to me, it's a blessing. I know to many, there are many people that have been a blessing to them, and it's still a blessing. Especially Said, it's a huge blessing to corps members.
For Wilson, the NYSC wasn't just about service. It was about discovery. The Skill Acquisition and Entrepreneurship Development Program gave him the chance to fulfill his dreams and make a prosperous life for himself. Now, let's take you to Lagos State, where another ex-corps member, Adeloye Olumide, built his future block by block. And I mean that literally. When Adeloye got posted to Lagos in 2015, he saw an opportunity that he couldn't ignore. As a quantity surveyor, he decided to tap into the block molding skill under the SAID program. And that's where his journey began. Let us meet him.
My name is Adeloye Olumide. I'm from Imoga community in Edo State, Akoko Edo, precisely from Edo State. I finished from Federal University of Technology, Akure, Futa. I was mobilized for Nysc in 2015. And my experience in camp was what interested me the most in camp was the side program. Yes, that's what interested me most in camp, and mixing up with other people. I think that was really fun for me. When the side was coming up, and I was like, okay, let's even see what the side is all about. On getting to the side, it was really interesting because GTB were offering a competition for those of us in Lagos camp then. And I got interested. We picked ourselves, paired ourselves in group, and we were able to fly with our ideas in camp. And at the end of that program, they handed us power banks, charger, phones, and all. So after that experience, I just decided that, okay, I want to key into the side program. And I saw the block molding section, and it was really interesting because I'm a quantity surveyor by training. So I was like, okay, let me even get more idea about the blocks and the strength. I just started with the man there, the instructor then. After the SAID program, we were called back to camp by Nysc, asking us, those of us that participated in camp during the entrepreneurship program, we were asked that, okay, if you have interest in business and all, you should join them, we should apply. We applied online and we were invited to camp. When we were invited by the Graduate Entrepreneurship Fund program, we were invited in combination with BOI. So they trained us and they paired us in group. And I think I was in the group where Ibukun Awoshika was the one mentoring us. And after the mentorship program, we were encouraged to follow the process so that we can get the graduate fund to start up the business. After my NYSC camp in Lagos, I was posted to LASU, Lagos State University. And on getting there, I was in the building department where I worked, in the Ministry of Works. After that, I just told myself that I can't really lecture or be in the academic section, that I really want to have site experience and exposure. So after the NYSC program, the university advised me to stay back so that at least I can do my master's and all. But a friend invited me to Abuja for an installation job. On getting to Abuja, I saw that, wow, Abuja is fast developing, construction everywhere, and I just told him that I don't think I want to go back to Lagos. So I just called my dad and told him that I'm not coming back to Lagos, that I want to settle down in Abuja and start up something. So I now started processing the fund, the graduate fund. After the whole process, I was offered the equipment fund. They procured equipment and a truck for me. After that, a friend invited me to this environment. I was like, that there's a big estate coming up here, that it would be a good idea for me to actually key into it. If it is producing block, that definitely is going to work out. So I started, and that's how I started block. By God's grace, I have 26 staff. I have 8 permanent staff, those on salaries, and I have the other ones on wages, which we pay them daily or weekly. And so far, my success story has been really good because right now we have 3 trucks to our names. And the business, we have 2 branches outside what we have here. So it's been really good. I've acquired 2 lands in the process of bring block, get land. Because most developers will tell you, okay, we don't have money to actually buy blocks. Why not supply us block and we give you land? NYSC scheme has been very okay because it has given me this platform. If I was supposed to practice my quantity surveying, which I still practice by the way, but if I'm supposed to be in quantity surveying full time, I don't really know what God had in stock for me, that aspect. But I don't really think, looking at it, I would have been able to get this far because private companies don't really pay quantity surveying that much. Most of my colleagues that are working probably earning max 200, 300K in a month. While in this business, if my vehicle is able to deliver 40,000 blocks in a month, if I'm making 15 naira per block on delivery alone, that's after removing my labor charge on the block, 15 naira, multiplied by 40,000. It's far better than the salary you want to do. And I have time for myself. I have a manager here that manages this place. So she can run this. I have a manager in the other side. They can manage it. And I can also face other things I'm doing. So I think the scheme has really helped me.
I'm the managing director of this block industry, the block industry. And I'm happy to work with him because he's a good person and he's a kind of person that really know about business.
He's a kind person to us. Sometimes we have challenges about our family. He assists us. And we thank God that at least every week we earn 20,000 naira per week. We can feed our family well and we are doing well.
He's a very nice person that anybody that come across him, you will be happy to even wish for the second time to have a dealing with him. He has been helping us. Most of us here, we are family people with kids. And it's from the production here, the block industry production that we are funding for our family. The kids are going to school. Everything is going on well. We thank God for that.
He's a very sincere man. Anytime you make order for a block, ask him to bring block for you. If it is 1,000, he will bring 1,000. If maybe eventually he was able to supply 900 and you called him and asked him, how many did you bring? He will tell you that it's 900 that is there, but I'm going to complete the remaining 100. So even right now, as I am sitting before you, I want to make order for a block, even it's 6 inches, and I need only 6 pieces. And he's telling me, I'm very sorry, just exercise patient, my drivers are coming. They went out to give a block and they are going to give you your own block. So, you see, even with the little numbers of the block, still, he can still deliver. And in terms of the strongness of his block, the blocks are okay. And anytime we make any observation and see maybe there is a mistake somewhere, you ask him, this is what I observed from your block. He will tell you, I'm sorry, he will change. And that is why I cannot just exist from buying blocks from him.
Each time I look back, I just thank NYSC for that opportunity. And I thank the mentorship program they organized for us because it gave us a link to a free access to those top shots who from time to time still calls us to know how we are doing with our businesses and all. And NYSC too, their monitoring team, they monitor, encourages and advise, which has really helped us.
Wow, from leatherwork mastery to block molding success, these are just some of the ways the NYSC continues to empower young Nigerians to turn dreams into reality. Whether it's Wilson in Taraba or Adeloye from his humble beginnings in Lagos and now Abuja, one thing is clear. The NYSC is more than just a year of service. It's more than a service year. It's a launch pad for greatness. And that's it for today's episode of NYSC Half Hour. We'd love to hear from you. Connect with us through the online handles displayed on your screens, and I promise you, we would write back. Don't forget, you can always catch us on NYSC TV on free-to-air satellite and NYSC Radio 88.3 FM. Remember, the safety of core members in our communities is the responsibility of you and I. Until I see you next time, I am Nkem Agonwa. Stay inspired.